red lipstick. So today I wanted to do a real quick skin surgery update. Last time I updated you guys, I was having a heck of a time with healing issues, all that kind of awful stuff. There were like large wounds open on me and stuff like that, and that was a week ago. And in the past week, I am doing so much better. So this is what's been going on. In the past week, I was diagnosed with a kidney infection, and apparently what we can figure out has happened is after my surgery, I had a catheter in for the surgery. And after the surgery, I did have some bleeding and some pain after that, and the nurse just kind of said to me, you know, you might bleed after the catheter, it might hurt a little, you're fine. And actually I recall, I was on so many painkillers after the surgery that it's a little hard to remember a lot of it, but I recall it being painful for at least a couple days, if not an entire week. And I didn't think anything of it because the nurse just had said, you know, that's fine. And you know, I didn't really feel it anymore. But then after it was about a month post-op, a little bit less than that, like 3.5 weeks post-op, I started having really bad pain in my low back, in the kidney area. And now I've had a kidney infection before, so I'm not unfamiliar with what it feels like. And it is so painful. And I just said to my fiance, I'm like, you know, this really feels like when I had a kidney infection. And I didn't even like correlate the fact that I just had a catheter and I was having that pain. And if you guys aren't familiar, a kidney infection happens when a urinary tract infection goes undetected or gets too bad. It works its way up to the kidney. So my very first kidney infection that I had, I didn't notice, I didn't have any symptoms of urinary tract infection. Had no clue that I had one. So yeah, it was really weird for me to be diagnosed with that. I was just like, I had no idea. And it's kind of this again, but I did feel symptoms of it, but it was more so that the nurse had told me that that's normal. So I ignored it. And yeah, so it worked its way up to the kidneys, and I was having like the worst pain. That pain is so bad in the kidney area. I was running fevers, so like every night I would just wake up just pooled in sweat. And I'm one of those people who's always freezing. I'm never hot, like never. So to wake up in like a pool of sweat and to be like, oh my god, I'm so hot, but then I would take the covers off and then I'd be freezing. So it was like hot and cold, like chills and sweats at the same time. It was just awful. So I had fevers up to like 102, and that went on for, I had 3 days worth of fevers. So I went back to the doctor and she went through that whole thing about the catheter is probably what did it, blah blah blah. She diagnosed me with the kidney infection. I had some testing and yeah. So I was put on antibiotics. I'm doing a lot better. Some days, you know, I could still feel it in the kidney. Some days are better than others, but it's better for the most part. So I'm finally over that. My last fever, I think, was about a day ago. I'm filming at night, so it would be like an entire like day ago that I had my last fever. So I think I'm doing better now. As far as healing issues, things are getting a lot better. My arms are so much better. They're finally scabbing over, and I only have the open wounds left on the abdomen. So the two that are on my abdomen on the left side that I mentioned, there's one really small one and then one that's a little bit bigger. Those aren't completely healed yet and they're not scabbing yet, but they're way better than they were. They don't hurt as badly, so it's a huge relief. I'm going to show you my arms, so I did want to give you a little forewarning. They are a lot better than they were when I first showed them, so, but I'm going to show you the areas that are now finally scabbing and finally closing over. So the right arm is not as bad. This is what it looks like right now. As you can see, this was one of the areas that was open, and that finally scabbed over. The armpit was pretty bad, and that's finally starting to scab over. All this though was good. None of this opened up. It's just a little bit red and looks a little bruised still and a little bit rough. It's still healing. It's only a month post-op. Yeah. The left arm, however, is a little bit more brutal. So this is what this side looks like. This is one of the big ones that opened up for a long time. It was like this, and then it finally, like, I had to wear the compression sleeves that were squeezing it together. It had to be like covered and taped, and I had my Sylvanine dressing, or my Sylvanine cream on it to help it heal. So that was one area that was open, and then there was one here, and then there was one in my armpit as well. But this is doing so much better now. It's finally scabbing, as you can see, and closing, which is a huge relief because it was so painful when they were just like open and like just ripped open because the sutures literally just fell out, and they're not supposed to do that. So yeah, I guess that is my update. It is, what is it? A month and a week post-op. So we're doing really good. I am thrilled to death. Hit my rough patch in there, but I think now we're finally on like the actual mend where I'm doing a lot better. I still have some like puffiness around my abdomen where the wounds are that really needs to deflate. It's really bothering me, to be quite honest. It makes me look chubby. And like you guys saw when I did my last update where I showed you guys my stomach and stuff, it was relatively flat. Like, it looked really good. Now it's got like that fluid like buildup and stuff, and it makes me look really chubby, and it's really bothering me. So I can't wait for that to go down. But other than that, I'm really thrilled. I'm so happy to see things are finally healing. I'm so happy not to be running fevers anymore. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know how I'm doing and that I still am extremely optimistic about this. I don't regret a second of it. And yeah, I recommend anyone who feels like they're not comfortable in their body, that they have excess skin, I completely recommend going through something like this. It's well worth it. Just find the right surgeon. And that's all about personal preference. So yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so thank you again for watching, and have a great day.